For most of human history, reality felt silent. The world moved. The stars burned. Time flowed. But nothing spoke back. Rivers carved valleys without asking permission. Fire consumed without explaining why. The sky changed its moods without warning. Humans watched. They wondered. They guessed. And for thousands of years, reality remained a locked door. Until one moment. A moment so quiet that history almost missed it. A moment where reality did not just exist anymore. It responded. This is the story of the moment reality turned on. Long before machines, before equations, before instruments of precision, humans believed the universe was alive in a different way. Thunder had a will. The sun had intention. Disease was punishment. Luck was favor. Reality was emotional, personal, and unpredictable. But beneath these stories, something else waited. Patterns. The same stars returned every year. The same shadows stretched at the same hour. The same stones fell the same way. Reality was repeating itself. And repetition is the language of truth. The first cracks appeared when humans stopped asking who caused events and started asking how events happened. Not why the sun rose for them, but how it rose at all. This shift was dangerous. Because when you ask how, you remove intention. You remove gods. You remove comfort. But you gain something else. Understanding. One day, someone noticed that light did not behave like magic. It traveled. It reflected. It bent. It followed rules. Another noticed that sound moved through air, not through silence. Another that heat flowed, not appeared. These were not answers. They were signals. Reality was leaving clues. Then came the moment everything changed. A moment where humans did not just observe reality, but challenged it. A question was asked, not to the heavens, but to the universe itself. If nature follows rules, can those rules be tested? The first experiments were simple. Drop a stone, roll a wheel, burn a substance, measure a shadow. But something shocking happened. Reality answered. Not with words. With consistency. Do it again, and the same thing happened. Change one condition, and the outcome changed predictably. Reality was no longer silent. It was interactive. This was the moment reality turned on. The universe was no longer a background. It was a system, and systems can be understood. Once this door opened, it could never be closed again. Because understanding reality gives power. The ability to predict. The ability to control. The ability to reshape the world. Fire was mastered. Metal was shaped. Motion was calculated. The stars stopped being myths and became distances. The sky stopped being a ceiling and became space. Reality, once mysterious, began to feel mechanical. But this did not make it smaller. It made it deeper. As humans built tools to see farther and measure smaller, reality revealed something unsettling. It was not intuitive. Objects moved without touch. Time slowed under speed. Space bent under mass. Reality was not built for human senses. The universe did not care what felt natural. It cared about truth. And truth had no obligation to be comfortable. Then came a darker realization. Reality could lie to the senses. The ground feels still, yet spins faster than sound. Time feels constant, yet stretches and shrinks. Solid objects are mostly empty space. What we experience is not reality. It is an interface. And that interface evolved to keep us alive, not informed. This realization shattered something ancient. Humans were not at the center. Not physically, not temporally, not conceptually. Reality did not revolve around observers. Observers emerged from reality. The universe existed long before eyes evolved to see it. And it will exist long after they close. This was not just scientific knowledge. It was existential shock. If reality does not care, then meaning is not given. It is created. But the deeper humans looked, the stranger reality became. At the smallest scales, cause and effect blurred. Particles existed in multiple states. Observation itself altered outcomes. Reality seemed aware of being watched. Not conscious, but reactive, as if the universe had layers. At one layer, clocks ticked and stones fell. At another, probabilities ruled. Reality was not one thing. It was a stack of rules, each emerging from the one below. And no one knew where the bottom was. Every time humans thought they reached the foundation, reality revealed another door beneath it. This raised a terrifying question. What if reality has no final layer? What if understanding is infinite, but completion is impossible? The moment reality turned on did not give humans answers. It gave them responsibility. Because once you know the rules, ignorance is no longer an excuse. Technology accelerated. Knowledge compounded. Power multiplied. Humans learned to split atoms, bend space with satellites, rewrite the code of life. Reality became editable. And with that came risk. The same rules that allow creation allow destruction. The same understanding that heals can erase. Reality does not choose how it is used. It only responds accurately. Drop a stone, it falls. Split an atom, it releases energy. Burn carbon, the climate shifts. Reality does not warn. It obeys itself. This is the most dangerous feature of a universe that is turned on. It never lies. The universe will not stop humans from making mistakes. It will simply let them experience the consequences. And still, the questions continue. Is reality fundamental or emergent? Is the universe computable or infinite? Is consciousness a glitch or a feature? Some wonder if reality itself is information. Others suspect it is a simulation. Some believe reality is not turning on, but being decoded. Yet one truth remains unchanged. Reality does not care what humans believe. It responds only to interaction. Test it, and it answers. Ignore it, and it continues. The moment reality turned on was not a single date. It was a threshold, a point where humanity crossed from myth into mechanism, from stories into systems, from belief into evidence. And once crossed, there was no return. Today, reality is louder than ever. Satellites listen to the echo of the early universe. Detectors catch whispers of invisible particles. Equations predict events before they happen. Reality speaks in data, but it still does not explain itself. Meaning is still not built in. Purpose is still not supplied. The universe offers truth, not comfort. And maybe that is the final lesson. Reality turning on did not make humanity smaller. It made humanity responsible for the knowledge it holds, for the power it wields, for the future it shapes. The universe did not wake up. We did. And now, reality is watching us back.